Hey there, MPN fam. This is Jackie Van Ham here at Fuel Cleveland with another friend of the show, one of my friends in real life, the outstanding and literally outstanding Donzilla. Don Miller, thank you so much for taking the time to talk us through this awesome 1971 Ossa, and it's your ride of the week.
This video is sponsored by Autolite, manufacturers of high-quality spark plugs since 1935. Visit Autolite.com for more information.
Don, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us about this awesome flat tracker, something very different here at the Fuel Cleveland show. Can you tell us a little bit of the backstory of this very cool bike?
Dick Mann, one of the greatest motorcycle racers ever, worked with Yankee. He built his own race bike, won with it, and they decided for marketing, we might as well replicate it, make it for the masses. They came up with the DMR, also known as the Dick Mann replica. Dick hired Ed Sally to be one of the factory riders. He's in Dalton, Georgia. Ed went to Daytona in 1971 and amazingly came out on top. There was people there, there was racers there with him in that race. A bunch of them went on to become future champions. Kenny Roberts, Mike Kidd, Gary Scott, Rex Beauchamp, and Barry Briggs was there on a Speedway frame bike with a 250 Yamaha twin motor, which they thought he was favored to win. Ed said it was his day. He won on the Ossa DMR. And Ed called it a Ossa. Most people call it an Ossa, but Ed, in his southern accent, called it a Ossa DMR.
He said this is his Ossa.
Yeah.
So this Ossa, by the way, the backstory of it is, again, you know, Ed Sally campaigned this bike, threw a leg over it, went and won the short track at Daytona against this super stacked class. You knew Ed personally and was kind of sniffing around, you know, talking to him a little bit about wanting this bike. Ed was like, you know, maybe next year, maybe I'm not ready to get rid of it yet. And then finally he did, and you decided to go ahead and gently restore this machine. Can you talk to us a little bit about that experience?
As any racer, they're a tool. Once this 4-speed 250 motor was no good anymore, the rules changed to 360. A 360 Yamaha went in it. There was a Kawasaki Bighorn motor in this. All the way till 2010, this had a Yamaha YZ 450F motor in it, and legendary Garth Brow raced this down south with a 450 Yamaha motor in it. So you can imagine the modifications that were done to this frame and everything to get it to that point. It took me 2 days to grind all the mounts off that he had put on there over time. You know, adding brakes, this bike raced with no brakes, adding brakes, taking all the stuff off, refabricated. I had some great friends help me. Jimmy Uhas, we had factory drawings we found and made all the motor mounts. Jimmy replicated the welds, amazing, fixed all the pieces, and together with a bunch of other people, Eddie Jones, who's here with me today, helped me paint it. Good friend of ours, Gary Moucher, he did the seat, luckily right before he passed, but a lot of good help, a lot of good people. And we got it restored just in time. Some friends of Ed's, after he passed in 2020, got him on the Daytona Wall of Fame thing there on the beach.
Yep.
And it was 2 days short of his 50th anniversary win at Daytona. We had the bike on the beach for Ed's trophy.
Oh, wow. So a really special moment, you know, being able to show this bike almost 50 years to the day of his big win down at Daytona. I know you've also had the chance to take this and show this to some of his family members. How was that response?
Unbelievable. On the way home, a bunch of the guys, people that couldn't make it, we stopped by his shop in Orangeburg, South Carolina, Road and Track Cycles, and we took the bike there, and a bunch of family members came, gathered, looked around, we started it up, did some burnouts in the driveway. One of Ed's good friends that worked for him forever, Mark Strock, got to ride the bike. His stepson, Jeffrey Breslin, got to ride it. And there wasn't a dry eye in the house when the old Ossa was buzzing along. Stinger, no silencer, screamed his brains out. But it was a very good send-off for a great man.
Yeah, that is a heck of a tribute. I love it. The bike is just beautiful. You did a heck of a job. Clearly, this took all hands on deck to kind of pull all these pieces together and restore it to its original glory. It's a heck of a showpiece, really different for here at Fuel Cleveland. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk to it.
Thanks again for having us.
Talk to us about it. I appreciate you. And this is your Ride of the Week.